This is our second demo about psychic attack. In the first demo, what we did was we grid with the PERBA in order to pull the lower vibrational frequency elements up into the energy field. And then we did, to the first two parts of basic prep, we used the fan and to fan the energy field, and we did that. And then we used the cluster to sweep the energy field and to clear in that way. We placed the cachalong under the heels. This is the cachalong. And we placed one under each heel. We grid the root chakra. And then what we did was we used the pendulum to remove lower vibrational entities that could have entered the energy field while Linda was under attack. And that was rather exciting and dynamic and took us a little bit longer than I was expecting. So we cut there, and we're continuing now, having used the pendulum to clear lower vibrational frequencies. And so now we continue, and we're going to continue with clearing, and I want to do a salt clearing, because a salt clearing is exactly the right thing to do for the kind of contamination that psychic attack causes. So psychic attack is causing a kind of chemical contamination that the salt can really help and work with. So I'm going to get my salt scraper, and I'm going to scrape Linda's energy field all around the surface to clear it, and I can immediately feel the energy field going, yes, that's what I needed. You can think of this almost like Epsom salts for your energy field to refresh and revitalize where it has become slow and sluggish due to psychic attack. And we just scrape the whole area of the energy field with my salt scraper. And this salt scraper is halite. It's actual crystals. I'll let the camera have a look. And it's kind of worn flat, even though I don't touch the surface. Using it to scrape the energy field has flattened the crystals and smoothed them out. It's very interesting to see that can happen, and it's from doing this, literally. And the thing with salt is it's very unstable, and that's what makes it work. And it's an ion and not actually a crystal. I can get really technical about this stuff. But you know what makes a great scraper, and that's what we need to know. Wow, this is really helping, isn't it? Can you feel?
I'm feeling a lot. I'm feeling very anxious all of a sudden. I don't know why.
It's the removal of those lower vibrational frequencies. You've become so accustomed to them, and you've been so accustomed to the adrenaline required to hold that dynamic at bay, that now all you're aware of is the adrenaline, because there's nothing for it to act upon. And that's what happens to us when we're finally cleared of something that's impacting our system. We feel our system again instead of the actual dynamic of the interference. So that's interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what it takes to get that anxiety alleviated. Mm-hmm. But I think we've got all the right things just waiting to be done. Right, just do that. I'm just literally scraping the faces of the chakras to the crown as well. Yeah. In fact, that's probably helping what I'm doing now. Yeah.
Yeah, that lowered it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The other thing that happens is that the entities themselves get anxious because they're being pushed away. So you can also be picking up on that vibration. All right. So next what we want to do in this clearing is decording. And because psychic attack comes from relationships, what we're going to do is clear relationship chords, and we already know that they must have been sitting in various areas because of where those lower entities were kind of hovering in your energy field. And so for this, I'm using convoluted sheet quartz. And hemimorphite. And this is to remove relationship cords. And when you use convoluted sheet quartz, you don't have to put white light in. Convoluted sheet quartz removes the cording and puts in the white light at the same time. So it's a very special tool in that regard. And I'm just going to pull these relationship cords up. Wow. Man, have you been getting headaches?
A little bit.
More than usual, basically. Yeah, because you're not really a headache person, are you?
Unless it's sinuses.
Sinus headaches. This
Yes.
is, yeah. I see it's in your jaw too, these cords. Okay, I'm just going to bring this for the camera. So the cords melt in the hemimorphite, and then I pour the melted etheric tissue into the bowl for transformation into white light. So this was pretty heavy duty over here. And oh, here it is, all the way into your arm. Yeah, it's the cords that's causing your arm to hurt. It's more to do with this cording than...
Could that have to do with according to my clients that I'm
or
massaging?
your clients according to you. It's like, have your clients been particularly needy?
Yes and no, yeah.
Almost a stupid question at
Yeah.
this time in the world, isn't it? It's like we're all particularly needy. Maybe I'll remove my friend the fan out of the picture. There we go. And you know what? Just where you had this pain point in your left foot, there's cording there for sure. Wow. It's like on the bottom of your foot as well. There. Feel how that changed it. Oh, that's different, isn't it? If those
got
cords
cold all of a
out.
sudden, too.
And you went cold, yeah. So that's a autonomic nervous system shift that you're having as the stress, the chronic stress of these lower vibrational frequencies and the cords, and all these are disruptive influences, and they cause chronic stress on our systems. And stress is the number one killer. Number one. Almost everything that goes wrong with us begins with too much stress. Really breaks us down. Oh, there's something here. Oh, it's this left side thing again. This we saw in the other demo, that there's something. That's it. There it is. Heaps. Okay. Let me just get a bit more help here. I get this groove right onto this big cord that's coming in and extract it. Okay, we've got an angel or a guide coming in. There it comes. It's really... Whew. It's better. Getting a physical reaction.
Oh.
What did it feel like?
Pulling and pushing and loosening.
It's so weird. I just think, I must be making this up. I must be making it up, but there's the actual evidence. All right. So once we decord, we want to decord, and of course you want to put white light in, and we are going to do that, even though this material, the convoluted sheet quartz, does put in white light. It's just putting it in where the tracks are of the cording. Now that's not a small thing, that's a big thing, but what about all the rest of Linda, and what about raising her vibrational frequency? So that's where we are now, and that's what we're going to do. And I brought my metamorphosis quartz here for this exact moment, and also my white cross. This is amphibole quartz in the form of a cross. Beautiful crystal. Put that there on her heart. And then this is metamorphosis quartz also. We'll put that on the third eye. And this is self-healed white apophyllite. That's the self-healed end. And that's the regular end. I'll put the self-healed end down here. Very nice. And then I have my very fancy lightning struck quartz. This is the lightning strike here. And this, I think, is the ideal material for resolving this situation of psychic attack. And I will place that here for now, and I'm actually going to also pick up the residual negativity, the residual contaminants, using common opal. So here's this common opal. This is what's called common opal, and unfortunately it's not as common as we want it to be. It can be quite hard to get hold of. I'm going to put this under Linda's hands, and it very gently acts as a sponge that draws the toxic layers out, and it does a beautiful, easy, soft job. It's very comforting as it does it as well. So let's put these under your hands, and so this will pull the toxic matter out of her system. The Kashalong is reflecting white light into her system that helps push the toxins and the lower vibrations out. And I'm going to put a little bit more common opal in some strategic areas for absorbing toxicity, at the same time as the white light is putting, these stones are putting in the white light. This is nice. Do like so. Alright, so I won't forget that we want to clear that area of residual toxicity. And then we had something here, if I remember correctly. That's comforting, isn't it? I'm actually going to hold that on your knee for a moment, because I just felt your knee go phew as I put the common opal on it, and I want to build. Oh, that really is good. Your whole lower leg is relaxing now. Good for you. Excellent. Good. Okay. So now what I want to do, I'm actually going to put this quartz cluster here, and I'm going to grid you with the lightning struck quartz, because when we talk about psychic attack, we want to go all out. We'll grid the whole energy field, really get it full of white light that can repel this psychic attack. You know, when we're strong and we're centered and we're grounded, we repel psychic attack. I mean, people are projecting psychological stuff onto us all the time. It just never ends. You know, you can go into the bank and the bank teller can project psychological stuff onto you, but you just don't notice because it's just part of life. But when you're living with it, like you're living with teenagers in the house, or you know, you're in a fight with your spouse, or you have a falling out with your best friend, it's very stressful. It's very hard on our energetic systems and our emotional systems as well. And that combo of feeling sad and hurt and angry and disappointed. It makes us so vulnerable. And that is when psychic attack will get us, as well as other forms of invasion. It does affect our immune system, because that's what we're talking about. We have an energetic immune system as well as a physical immune system. That's it. Good. All right. Okay. Very nice. Beautiful lightning struck quartz. Oh, you know what? It's suggesting to me, it's good. The crystals remember better than I do. It's suggesting to put an extra protective white light energy here on this vulnerable, coming from left field flank. That's it. Nice. I'm just going to put that there for you. Good. So, there we have it. Now, once you've cleared psychic attack and you want to protect yourself, the very best stone is peridot. But before I talk about the peridot some more, I must remember I'm going to put malachite here while I'm talking about the peridot, because the malachite will help the seventh layer of the energy field, the spiritual layer, to heal itself, so that that pitting and splitting that I was talking about in the first demo is healed and reintegrated, because that's what happens when we have invasion into our energy field, is that the seventh layer becomes perforated in some way and permeable to incorrect frequencies. So let me put the malachite on, and there we have it in position. And then we'll talk about the peridot. So actually I have quite a supply of peridot. I have this bracelet, and it's got a magnet on it so it can, so that will help me. I have earrings which I didn't bring with me. I have this little ring, and I have this big ring. And so that peridot, together with my earrings, and I also have a very nice pendant with the peridot in, they set up a shield and will protect me. If I'm in a vulnerable state, I can put on my peridot and it will protect the outermost layer of my energy field. And what happens, instead of the cords being able to penetrate and get in and start bothering your system, instead of that, the cords just have to stick on the outside of the seventh layer of the energy field. And I've actually seen this now. I've seen that this is how the peridot works, and it makes the seventh layer of the energy field impenetrable. And there we are. Peridot will protect you, but get clean and clear first, because peridot will hold it on the inside or on the outside. You want it on the outside. Thank you. Excellent. I hope you do well in alleviating psychic attack.